Hello guys, it's Ivan from Odd Resilience. I'm here to speak to you about something that clicked inside of my mind yesterday. I was in the back of an Uber and I'm sitting and I'm listening to one of my mentors, and it hit me, right? So this is amazing. This is fucking transformational for me. If you understand it at the level that I understand it, and I'm gonna try to get you to understand it at that level. I may not personally. It's not about me. It's about you because we are viewing this world depending at our level of consciousness. Now, I'm not saying that I have a higher or lower level of consciousness than you. But what I am saying is that I don't know what level of consciousness you are, so I cannot tell you this, right? I cannot make you see it from my point of view. If I'm on top of the fucking mountain, right? I'm on top of the mountain, right? And let's just say you're down here, right? You're at the bottom of the mountain, right? Let's just say for this explanation. And I'm like, yo, the view is amazing, right? And you're from the bottom, you're like, the view sucks. What are you talking about, Ivan? Are you dumb or something, Ivan? That's basically what it's like, right? So this is the idea. The simple answer is that no one... Let me repeat that. We all want to be liked. That's just human nature. Right? If nobody likes you, literally not even your mom or your dad, or people in the street, like whatever, like you kind of feel bad, right? So if you're not somebody that had mental strength, then you can't handle it, right? But it's true. Everybody wants to be liked, right? You want to find a girlfriend, you want to find a boyfriend, right? Or you want to have many girlfriends, right? If you're a girl, you should only have one boyfriend though. Just personally, we're not gonna get into that right now, but. You want to have loved ones, right? You want to have kids. You want to take care of them. You want them to love you, right? You want to have friends who look out for you, who protect you, right? You do the same for them, right? It's human nature to want to be liked, right? And sometimes we want to be liked by everyone. We want to be liked by every single person, right? This was a mistake I used to make. Wanted to be liked by everybody, and when somebody didn't like me, I was like, what the heck, like, I'm pretty cool, I don't know why they don't like me, da 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 da, right? But the thing is, once you know this, right, you probably already knew this, right? It gives you the freedom to be exactly who you want to be. Right? Because no matter what, you're going to attract people into your life. You're always, depending on what you vibrate at, right? You're going to attract those kind of people. You know, water always finds level, right? You know, water's never like this, right? Water is always like this, right? So you're going to find other water, right? You know, you're going to find the water that's right on your level, right? You're not gonna get into the water where like one water is over here and one water's down here. No, you're gonna find water, and it's gonna level up, right? So actually, we attract not what we want, but what we are. And if you want to attract better friends, better family, better business partners, you want to raise your level of vibration, right? You want to be authentic to yourself, right? Now, don't forget that you need to express yourself fully and completely. Be super authentic with yourself, right? Do not cheat people. Do not cheat yourself, most importantly, of what you believe, of what you want, of what your desires are. Do not cheat yourself, right? We are kind of told like, yo, don't dream so big. Just dream regular, just get a job, you know what I mean? Like, play it safe. Like, when I was going to a new country, when I came to university, I came from Texas to London, right? I know that's a state, and then this is a a city, right? I came from Austin to London. And people were telling my mom, how could you let him go? How could you let him go over there? And I was like, bitch, what do you mean? Like, not saying bitch to my mom. Like, I'm saying, like, the people who were telling that to my mom was like, what do you mean? Like, you're telling me that if your son wanted to do that, you would tell them no because I'm scared, right? So that was me being my full authentic self, right? That was what I wanted, right? And this is where I am now because I was being my full authentic self. And it has brought many great things to me. And sometimes when we're being fake to ourselves, because we do it, we actually do that kind of thing, right? We tell ourselves, like, you're actually not good enough for that. You're not good enough for that, right? And we cheat ourselves, right? And what ends up happening is that we'll attract those kinds of people into our life, right? If you are, or whatever you are pretending to be to fit in, right? If you're trying to fit in, you're trying to dress a certain way to fit in, you're trying to speak certain words to fit in, you're trying to do your hair a certain way to fit in, then you fit in, right? You fit in, right? But is that fully authentic to yourself? No, right? And people are still going to dislike you. Even if you finally fit in with the crowd, people are still going to dislike you no matter what. So if they dislike you for being authentic, at least they dislike you for being authentic, right? At least they don't like you for you being you, and they don't like you for the person you pretend to be. All right? If people like you, at least they should like you. I want people to like me for me, you know? I want people to dislike me for me. You know, I'm okay with being disliked. I like having haters. I like people putting little dumb comments on my shit, watching my shit, you know, because that actually, like, you know, they're my fans, you know what I mean? They're my fans. Like, you know, like, they're my fans, but they're confused, right? They're like, they secretly like me a lot, but they don't want to admit it to themselves, right? And if you're a wolf, if you're like a wolf, right? If you are in that mentality, right? What's gonna happen is there's gonna be a bunch of sheep, right? This is my story. This is literally me, right? I was a wolf, raised with a sheep, and what ended up happening was I tried to fit in with the sheep. I wanted to be normal, right? I craved to be normal. And that didn't work out. It did not work out for me. I always wondered, like, what is it like to be normal, you know? But now I really don't want to be normal. I really do. Because who's normal, right? The masses, right? The masses are what's normal, right? What the majority of people are doing and saying and acting, that is what's considered normal, right? Like, it's almost considered not normal if you don't drink. It's considered not normal if you don't smoke weed. It's considered not normal if, like, to the masses, to most of the people that you meet, like, if you're into astrology, if you know about crystals, if you know about numerology, if you know about, you know, the power that you hold because of your, you know, because you are God, right? Because you are the creator, right? When I say these kinds of things, I know I'm not in the majority. Damn well I'm not in the majority. And that's fine, like, that's cool, like, you know, I don't want to fit in. And it's not even that I don't want to fit in so as much as I just want to be who I want to be, and I want to think what I want to think, and I want to attract what I want to attract. Imagine if you get into a relationship and this whole time you get into that relationship because you're like, you know, this girl, she really likes guys that are just like really mean, right? Because like sometimes like the whole thing like nice guys finish last, girls like jerks, right? That's actually not true. It's not true. I'll probably make a video about that. If you want, I can make more videos about men and women and the dynamics and like being alpha in the environment. I'm quite good at doing that. And some of you might be watching and be like, this guy's fucking arrogant. He's saying he's alpha. Well, so what, bitch? Like, if you were alpha as well, you would be like, yeah, you know what? I recognize it, because alpha recognize alpha, right? And that's cool, like we like each other. I like other dudes who are very alpha as well, we're friends with each other, right? That's the kind of people who I like to be around. So going into this story of you're the wolf and you grew up around all these sheep, and they always told you, don't be too much of anything. Don't be too fast. Don't be too loud. Don't be too funny. Don't be too confident, right? Don't be too smart. Don't dress so nicely. Don't do your hair every day. Don't be too rich. You can have some money, but don't be too rich, right? That's what the masses, that's what the sheep are telling you. This is what I grew up in this environment, right? Not everybody that I met was a sheep. I think my dad's definitely not a sheep. He taught me a lot. He's very alpha in a lot of aspects. Of course, he's not perfect. There are certain things that he's weak in. So am I, right? Everybody's weak in something, right? But if you are the majority of something, then you are classified as that, right? Like if you are fit, right? Even though I have fat on me, even though my body percent fat, you can see my abs, right? But I still have fat, right? I have like 8% fat, something like that. I'm still fit, right? Because it's for the majority of me, right? Now, if you wouldn't be able to see my abs, you'd be like, yeah, he's overweight, like it's clear, right? So if the majority of what you are, that what you are, right? If you are 51%, that's what you are, right? If you're a 51% loser and 49% winner, you're still a loser, right? Not even if once you get to that 50-50 mark, it's a bit of a gray area, right? But once you go like that 51%, 52, 53, 54, then you are classified as that, right? And that's what you're going to attract. That's what you're going to attract, right? So imagine that you were that one person that grew up around all these people telling you not to be that, not to be what you wanted to be, who were cutting down your wings, right? And you actually believed it. A part of you took that in and was like, you know what? I guess they're right. You know what I mean? I should listen to them, right? Because if the majority of people are saying it or doing it, then it must be right. But we obviously know because of history that that's not true, right? Let's take the Holocaust. It taught us, it teaches me so much, the Holocaust. And one thing is that they were murdering the Jews and the cops were okay with it and some of the people were okay with it, right? Because everybody was doing it. It's what the majority of people were doing. The majority of people hated Jewish. And that was what made it okay for the masses to kill it, right? To kill them. But tell me, is that okay? Is that good? Is that a good thing? No, it's obviously not. The majority of people, they eat McDonald's, right? Is that a good thing? No, it's not a good thing, right? It's not a good thing, right? The majority of people are poor. Is that a good thing? No, it's not a good thing. So just because the majority of people are saying it or doing it, then it doesn't necessarily mean that it's right or wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong, right? Remember? But I'm saying that you have to observe it. You have to look at it, right? Now, when we were children, we were taught certain things. We were indoctrinated, right? You were that wolf, right? And you were told you're a sheep. Don't be a wolf, right? What is a major difference between the wolf and the sheep? The sheep, they eat off of what is there, right? If it does not rain and it does not shine, the grass does not grow, then the sheep can't eat, right? They literally can't eat. They can't just grow their own grass, right? They don't go hunting for grass, you know what I mean? They go for what's easy. It's easy, it's the grass, it's right there, it's immediate. You know, I don't have to work hard for it. If it's already made for me, then that's what I'm gonna go for, right? Now the wolf has to hunt for his thing. He has to fight for his food. He has to stock his food. He has to be strategic about how he's going to get that food. And then he can get it. Right? That is one of the major differences. So, we can be some part sheep, some part wolf, right? But what you want to be is mostly wolf, all the way wolf. Why? Because that is the independent thinker. That is the independent action taker, right? And you're going to be disliked. So you might as well do it anyway. Right? You might as well be that person that stands out, right? You might as well really stand out, like really, really stand out. Not even like a little bit, but a lot, right? It's funny because it's like, let's say you're emo, right? And you do some of the goth shit, right? You paint your nails, you have a fucking mohawk or something, you're wearing chains and all that. That's very different and it stands out, right? But it's still conforming. It's still like within the bounds of this image, right? Let's look at rappers, right? What, like, the fucking rappers, they all have some silly ass face tats. I'm not against face tats, but these guys are fucking pussies and they're getting face tats and they make face tats look weak. And then they get dreads, they color their hair something bright, they get their dreads, and they talk about, you know, money, hoes, drugs, cars, Gucci, Louis, shit like that, right? So it's different from most people to have to have colored dreads and have face tats and that sort of thing, but it's still conforming within a certain image, right? It's still within that bounds, right? So what are some of the best? Let's just look at some of the best rappers who have the biggest. Jay-Z, perhaps. Let's take Jay-Z, right? Or even, oh, bitch. I hit my foot on the side of the bed, right? Of course, some of Jay-Z's lyrics are very similar to shit that other people have talked about. But there is an individual aspect about it, right? He brings his own, in the beginning, you know, he still talked about the drugs and the money and the power, right? But it's still, if you listen carefully, it's individual to him, to his life, right? He still has, Eminem, he still has individual thoughts, individual points of views, right? In his lyrics. So it's about creating that individuality for yourself, right? Because the truth is, you're still going to be fitting into something, right? Because if you didn't fit into something, if you weren't part sheep, if you were just some kind of lone wolf, right? Even like the wolves, even as a wolf pack, right? You're much stronger as a wolf pack instead of an individual, right? So you're still conforming within that space, within the idea of what it means to be a wolf, right? To be that that strong, powerful animal, but you're still better than being a sheep. If you get what I'm saying. So the sheep, they don't like the wolves, right? Because the wolf is going to eat the sheep, right? But does that mean that the wolf is bad? No, the wolf needs to eat. The wolf needs to feed himself, needs to feed his family, right? So you're going to be disliked on this journey by many. And when you start speaking your truth and you start speaking real shit, you're going to be disliked. You're going to be attacked. They're going to try to put you down. They're going to say, stay in your place. Stay in your place. Be that nice person. Do not rock the boat. Do not stir the pot. Just be calm. They'll tell you, be a decent human being. That's what they're going to tell you. But fuck them. Because they can stay there. They can stay there. Just because they're saying these things, it does not mean that you are a bad person. It does not mean that you're a bad person. Right? There's actually not that many bad people in the world. If you actually think about it. There's bad people for sure. But there's not too many bad people. There's actually not too many bad people. So if you are in this journey, you're going to be attacked. In this journey to be independent, free, you're going to be attacked. And this is a warning. I'm letting you know that you're going to be attacked. And you should be strong and firm in your beliefs. Right? This is what my tattoo means. This is my tattoo. It says, I know what's best for me. Right? And in a kind of way, and I put it in a very open spot, right? Because, and in a very like vital area, you know? Because it was a kind of way of saying like, fuck you, don't tell me what to do, you know what I mean? I can think for myself. And of course, it does not mean that I do not take other people's ideas into account. If you say anything about me, whether it's good or bad, whatever you say about me, if it's a good thing or a bad thing, I'm going to think, does any of what this person is saying apply to me? Does it make sense to me? Can I improve? Right? Because I'm the person who's looking to improve, right? Because even sometimes people tell me, like, they give me certain compliments and I'm like, about my ideas, they're like, yo, I loved your idea about this, and I'm like, that's not what it's about. You know, even though you're telling me nice things, like, that's not what that idea was about, and I need to correct them, right? So yes. I hope you liked this video. I hope that you found many nuggets of wisdom. I hope that you share this video with somebody who you want to raise their vibration, with another lion, with another fucking wolf. I want you to share it with them. And you can perhaps leave a comment as well, because that helps the channel a lot. It helps spread the message. And that is what I want to do. I want to spread the message. I want other people to fucking know. I want the world to I want more people to be individual thinkers, right? So, have a fucking amazing day. Be the best. Fuck the rest.